Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sporting Mentality. If you came from the TikTok, I really appreciate it. This is my second channel. My main channel is Real ATS. I have a gaming channel and all that, if you didn't know. But today the plan is to predict my playoff predictions. I know Boston already won, but besides that, I am going to predict who's going to win the NBA Finals. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Milwaukee versus Orlando. I'm pretty sure this is pretty obvious. I'm going with Milwaukee. I can't believe Orlando even won a game. So, Milwaukee is going to be advancing to the conference semifinals. Indiana versus Miami. Sadly, I am a Pacers fan. I love the Pacers, but sadly, they're going to lose. They don't have Sabonis. They don't have a healthy Depot. Basically, if they had a healthy Pacers team, I'm taking the Pacers all day. But yeah, sadly, they're probably going to lose. I'd say they get one game in there. It's probably going to be 5-1. Oh, no, it's probably going to be 4-1 or 4-2. It might go 5 games or 6 games. We'll just see how that pans out, though. Boston versus Philadelphia, we already know. Philadelphia got swept, but they didn't have Ben Simmons, so that was a huge loss. Toronto versus Brooklyn, pretty obvious. That's going to be exciting to see Toronto versus Boston. I'm very excited to see that series. Lakers versus Portland. I'm taking the Lakers in this one. I think the Portland will probably get one more game in the series, though, and make it a 6-game series, but I think the Lakers will pull this one out. Houston versus Oklahoma. Now, this is interesting, because Westbrook's coming back, but I feel like the Rockets play worse against the Thunder while they have Westbrook, because I think it just gets in their mind that Westbrook used to play on that team and he plays bad or whatever. I don't know, though. Or like Oklahoma has a lot of revenge for Russell. But either way, that's going to be a very awesome series. I'm taking Houston in 7, though. Houston in 7, just because the Beard's is going to do his thing. Denver versus Utah. I don't know. I think this is going to go to 7 games. And I think Utah is going to pull it out, but it's going to be a close series. It could go either way, but I'm going to go with Utah. That's going to be a very, very close series. And Los Angeles versus Dallas. I hope Dallas upsets the Clippers. I do not like the Clippers at all, so I do hope Dallas upsets them. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Clippers. Play it safe. I think the Clippers will win this one out. In advance to the semifinals. Now, let's predict the semifinals. Is the Bucks versus the Heat. This is surprising. I know. I'm taking the Heat over the Bucks. I'm taking the Heat over the Bucks in the semifinals, and this is why. Behind Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton, the Bucks don't have anybody reliable, in my opinion. Therefore, Miami, they have Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, Duncan Robinson, Bam Adebayo. Their whole team is stacked down the line. 9 guys deep. The Heat have the Bucks beat. Their team is just so good as far as depth that I don't think Milwaukee can pull off a win versus Miami, but I think it will go 7 games, and I think Miami will take that series with them and then advance to the conference finals. Now, Boston versus Toronto. I know. People are going to say, Boston, what are you thinking? No! I think Toronto is going to have another great season in the playoffs. I think Toronto is going to beat the Boston Celtics in 6 games. 6 games. I know. I think the Toronto Raptors are going to beat the Boston Celtics in 6 games because Toronto is like the Heat. They're an all-around good team. They don't have one good player. They have an all-around good team. You know what I'm saying? I just think they have Boston beat, and Boston's experience level is not there. Kemba doesn't have a lot of experience in the playoffs. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are so young. So yeah, I think Toronto beats the Boston Celtics there. Lakers versus the Houston Rockets. Now, I think the Lakers win this one just because I don't think Houston has enough has enough in them to beat the Lakers. Who's going to guard Anthony Davis? No one's going to guard Anthony Davis. What are you going to put 6'5" PJ Tucker on it? Yeah, PJ Tucker's a good defender, but he can't guard 7-foot Anthony Davis. Lakers taking that series 4-2, flat out, advancing to the conference finals. Before I mention this, I am a Pacers fan, and LeBron's my favorite player, so I will be a little bit biased towards the Lakers. Just going to say that. Utah versus the Clippers. I'm taking the Clippers. And I'm gonna go 4-1. 4-1 Clippers. It's not going to be a very close series. Utah's experience level, again, is just not there. And, yeah, I think the Clippers are just all around a way better team than the Utah Jazz. So now we are in the conference finals. It is LA versus LA and Miami versus Toronto. So let's see Miami versus Toronto first. I really, really want to see Miami go to the finals. I really do. I think they can do it. With their team and how much depth they have, it is absolutely insane how good they are. Jimmy Butler is one hell of a leader, even though I don't really like him that much because he has beef with TJ1 and I like the Pacers. Besides the fact, the Heat are just too good. They're just too good. And I think they're going to beat the Toronto Raptors. I want to see that series so bad. But the Miami Heat have to get past the Bucks to do that, which I think they will. And if that series does happen versus the Miami Heat and the Toronto Raptors, 7 games, and it could go either way. But I think the Heat, I think the Heat are going to go all the way to the finals. Now, Lakers versus the Clippers. Oh my God, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Okay, this is my thoughts on it. If LeBron and AD play like they did in the first game, it's a 4-2 series going to the Clippers. Yeah, I said it. If LeBron and AD play like they did last night, LeBron dropping 38, 12, and 8, and AD alongside him dropping 34 and 8 assists or whatever, it is the other way around. 4-2 series for the Lakers. It just depends about how long LeBron and AD do in that series. It all depends on them. If they play good, Lakers are going to do good. Because they're literally the only part of the team that's good. Everybody else is just old veterans. So, I'm going to take the Lakers because I'm assuming LeBron's going to clutch up. And LeBron's my favorite player of all time. The best player of all time. Don't want to hear it. We'll get into that discussion into another video. LeBron versus MJ. I love MJ. I have a lot of respect for him. But yeah, I'm taking the Lakers 4-2 if LeBron and AD go off. Now, the NBA Finals. Imagine the Lakers versus the Heat. This would be the most interesting series ever, in my opinion. Like, Bam and AD on each other. LeBron and Jimmy Butler. I mean, come on. The only place where the Heat, or where the Lakers lose out on is the Heat's depth. That's what I'm saying. That depth is so crucial. That's what I'm saying. If the Pacers had all their players, they win that series. But they don't, because they don't have all their players. Sabonis was a huge loss. But yeah, if the Heat have all their players in this game and they're healthy and everything, it's going to be a 7-game series. But I'm going with LeBron and the Lakers all the way, taking home the championship 4-3 versus the Miami Heat. Yeah, it honestly just depends on how well LeBron plays. Like, if LeBron only scores 15 points like he did the first game or whatever it wasn't 15, it was like 23. And the other players don't show out, they lose. They lose in the conference finals versus the Clippers. That's what they do. They just lose. But if he plays like he did last night, they're winning every series. They're winning every series easily, in my opinion. Maybe not the finals, regardless if it's Milwaukee, Miami, or the Toronto or Boston. But I think it's going to be Miami because I think Miami's going to do a huge upset on Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's one of the most overrated teams, overhyped teams in the NBA. I know I'm going to have some Bucks fans coming at me. This is my reasoning behind the Bucks hype. Overhyped, I mean, they have Giannis and they have Middleton. Giannis doesn't have experience. He does have experience in the playoffs, but his experience in the playoffs sucks. They always choke in the playoffs. I mean, they're one of the best regular season teams we've ever seen. But when it comes to the playoffs and clutchness, they suck. They absolutely suck. I don't think Giannis has that clutch factor in him yet. But I do think they'll wipe out Orlando, and I think they'll just lose to the Miami Heat in a 7-game series. But I just feel like their depth doesn't even compare to Miami. Not that it does versus the Lakers either, but I think the Lakers duo compared to Giannis and Middleton, I'm taking LeBron and AD over them two all day. That's what I'm saying. I think the Lakers are going to beat the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals because why not? 7-game series, Lakers 4. Miami 3, and it's gonna be LeBron's 4th championship. If he loses, guys, if he makes it to the final, I'd rather him not make it to the finals than lose in the finals, because it's just gonna squash that GOAT conversation, and that should not be squashed, because he's carried every team he's gone on. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, follow my TikTok, links in the description. I'm going to be coming out with more videos on sporting mentality now that the sports are getting on a roll. More football content, baseball, whatever you guys want. Let me know in the comments. I'll do some reactions. Everything you guys want, I'll do. But I appreciate you stopping by, considering watching this video. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day.